Hello everyone, my name is Xuehao. My English name is Alex, and now I live in China. I independently invented a new trade method, H-string trade, which will change the operating model of internet platforms and help us find the new growth points for the world economy. In addition, H-string trade can also improve commodity productivity and transaction quality help us delay economic recession and fight economic crisis. The creation of extreme trade theory and the production of PPT teaching video are completely by me alone. However, due to my poor English, I did not display the video content directly, and the PPT explanation sound you heard later is done by computer software. There are two problems with my PPT presentation in English. The first problem, the video won't work well by doing this because my English is not good. You might not be able to understand many of my presentation. The second question, doing this will take me a lot of time. Even introducing a issue of X-screen trade requires me to spend a lot of time on speaking practice. Doing this caused me to take me more time to complete the video, and you understand that screen trade will also be delayed. Given the depending recession right now, I think we are running out of time. I think it will have been a better option to release screen trade earlier. So I chose to write the Chinese PPT and speech, then translate them in English with the help of Google Translator, and finally rely on Microsoft's AI voice software to record the English version of Alice Trade explanation video. Because of the theoretical construction of extreme trade, the writing of relay copywriting, the production of PPT, and the recording and editing of videos are all completed by me alone. So if there are some omissions in some tabs, please forgive me. Please don't miss my video because PPT is displayed by AI. And don't choose to close my video because the wrong words and grammar in the video. Because edge screen trade that invent is really important. It will not only help world to delay the economic recession, help many countries fight the economic crisis, but also help the fund hope when your career is not doing well. Now, let's get started with the body content of the X-green trade.
Hello everyone, my name is Hao, and my English name is Alex. I independently invented a method to fight the economic crisis. Alex scoring trade. Please remember the name of this method, because it will be famous all over the world and completely change the world. This video is the first in the Alex scoring trade practical application series. What is Alex scoring trade? Hello everyone, my name is Hao, my English name is Alex, and now I live in China. I independently invented a method to fight the economic crisis. Alex scoring trade. Compared with traditional trade, Alex scoring trade is a more advanced trading method, which is more efficient, greener, fairer, and freer. Alex scoring trade can bring new growth points to the world economy by replacing the traditional trade. If we can use the Alex scoring trade widely, we can achieve the effect of delaying the recession and fighting the economic crisis. Before this video, I have made 21 videos of the Alex scoring trade theory series, and all of them have been uploaded to the internet platform. You are welcome to watch them. But in the theory series, I introduced the Alex scoring trade at a slower pace, which may not allow you to understand what the Alex scoring trade is in a short time. So in this first video of the Alex scoring trade practical application series, I'm going to introduce you to what is Alex scoring trade in a more succinct way. To introduce what Alex scoring trades are, we must first talk about traditional trades. For traditional trade, there is only one step in the transaction. The buyer and the seller agree on the price of the commodity, then the customer pays the money, the merchant pays the commodity, and the transaction is completed. But unlike traditional trade, Alex scoring trade in 3 steps, including 1. Same unit price transaction. 2. Alex scoring survey, scoring game with prizes. 3. Score trust rating. 1. Same unit price transaction. The first step in Alex scoring trade is same unit price transaction. The process of the same unit price transaction and traditional trade is the same. In the same way, the customer pays the money and the merchant pays the product, but a rule must be followed in the transaction: the unit price of each customer buying the same product is the same. For example, most supermarkets use the same unit price transaction. If Tom, Jerry, and Bill buy the same item at the same supermarket at the same time, they should pay the same unit price for that item. 2. Alex scoring survey, scoring game with prizes. The second step in the Alex scoring trade is the Alex scoring survey, scoring game with prizes. The Alex scoring survey, scoring game with prizes, can be understood as a gambling game. A simple mode of the game is, a group of customers rate the product, and after the scoring is over, we count the average score of the group of customers for the product. Customers who score closer to the average will receive more prizes. For example, Tom, Jerry, and Bill all bought the same pair of jeans, and now they will participate in the Alex scoring survey, a scoring game with prizes. In the game, they were invited to rate the jeans, and the person with the closest score to the average was awarded a $10 reward. The scoring range is 0 to 10.0, and the final scoring results are as follows. Since Jerry rated the item closest to the average, he wins the game and Jerry will receive a $10 reward. 3. Score trust rating. The third step in Alex scoring trade is the score trust rating. The score trust rating can be understood as, a customer adjusts the scoring trust of other customers. When the adjustment is completed, the reference score of the product seen by the customer will change. The current situation is that when displaying product scores to customers, internet shopping platforms always provide all customers with the same product reference score at the same time. This product reference score mainly comes from the scores of customers in the past. When customers rate the product, the internet platform will count these scores and then calculate the average score. This score is the reference score of the product. In the past product reference score calculation, the score weight of each customer was the same, but the situation will change when the score trust rating is adopted. For a user A, if he adjusts the rating trust of some users, it will change the rating weights of these users in the product reference score. As an example, suppose the reference rating for a pair of jeans comes from 2 users, Tom and Bill. Tom's rating for jeans is 8.0 and Bill's rating for jeans is 4.0, so the reference rating for jeans is 6.0. Rating equals 8.0 plus 4.0 divided by 1 plus 1 equals 6.0. At this time, if Jerry trusts Tom, he can choose to increase the trust degree of Tom's score. At this time, when calculating the reference score of jeans, Tom's score weight will increase. Assuming Tom's scoring weight is adjusted from 1 to 10, the scoring formula becomes rating equals 8.0 times 10 plus 4.0 times 1 divided by 10 plus 1 equals 7.6. When Jerry changed Tom's rating trust, the reference rating of jeans provided to Jerry by the internet platform changed from 6.0 to 7.6. Above is a simple operation process of Alex scoring trade. To summarize Alex scoring trade, when a buyer buys a product, in addition to the buyer's payment and the seller's delivery, 2 new programs have been added. The first program, a scoring game with prizes. After buyers buy goods, they can participate in a scoring game for the goods, which will change the transaction costs of some buyers. The product rating game follows a principle: each buyer scores the product, and the buyer whose score is closer to the average score of all buyers on the product will get more game rewards. The second program, score trust rating. This program will affect the product reference rating that buyers see on the internet platform. When a buyer A adjusts the trust of other buyers, the internet platform will change the calculation process of the product reference score when calculating the product reference score. The platform will increase the importance of ratings of users trusted by buyer A, reduce the importance of ratings of users who are not trusted by buyer A, and finally provide buyer A with a reference score for products that are closer to what he actually needs. The difference between Alex scoring trade and traditional trade. In Alex scoring trade, the final transaction cost for consumers to buy the same commodity is likely to be different, but this can actually help us achieve more efficient trade. Buyers with low purchasing power give up the right to speak in product evaluation and obtain lower transaction costs. Buyers with high purchasing power pay higher transaction costs and obtain higher right to speak in product evaluation, while merchants obtain more effective product ratings. Alex scoring trade enables buyers with low purchasing power, buyers with high purchasing power, and merchants to get what they need, and achieves multi-party cooperation and win-win. It should be emphasized that when we replace traditional trade with Alex scoring trade, we will get a better economic system. Alex scoring trade can allow consumers to get more effective commodity reference scores, thereby reducing the risk of consumers purchasing commodities and the risk of enterprises producing commodities. This is good for consumers and businesses alike. When the number of idle commodities purchased by consumers is reduced, and the number of unsaleable commodities produced by enterprises is reduced, the problem of waste of resources will be alleviated. This is good for protecting the natural environment. Moreover, since Alex scoring trade shifts commodity preferences to consumers with high purchasing power, it can make consumers with higher purchasing power gain a higher right to speak about commodity ratings, and commodities can create more value for consumers with high purchasing power. At the same time, due to the characteristics of Alex scoring trade, transaction costs for consumers with low purchasing power will be reduced. This is beneficial to ease the gap between the rich and the poor. Further, when the Alex scoring trade becomes a gambling game, it can achieve the purpose of stimulating consumption. This is beneficial for easing market depression and curbing economic recession. Even, the above are just some of the advantages of Alex scoring trade. Alex scoring trade will change our world. This video, I aim to give you a short understanding of what the Alex scoring trade is. The current economic situation is not optimistic. The global economic recession has begun. Learning and using Alex scoring trade as soon as possible can help us better fight the economic crisis. It is worth noting that if you are working for an internet company, you should pay more attention to the Alex scoring trade. Because the Alex scoring trade will subvert the operation model of many internet companies. In a subsequent video in the Alex scoring trade practical application series, I'll show you how Alex scoring trade is changing internet companies and helping them become better. If you are a related practitioner in the internet field, for example, you are an employee of Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, please be sure to follow my videos, which will help you and your internet business become better. If you want a more detailed introduction to Alex scoring trade theory, please watch my Alex scoring trade theory video series. All 21 videos of Alex scoring trade theory series have been uploaded to my homepage. You are welcome to watch. If you realize the value of Alex scoring trade after watching my video, please also forward my video to those who need it, whether they are your relatives, friends, classmates, or strangers you don't know. They may be suffering from economic recession at this time, and the Alex scoring trade can help them. See you in the next video.